Hello guys and gals, how's it going? So, yesterday Nintendo put up one of their infamous Nintendo Direct videos, which is almost like a mini E3 conference, basically on like YouTube or their Facebook page or wherever they're gonna put it. And it was quite a doozy, wasn't it? They dropped a pretty mean bomb yesterday. Considering a lot of the Wii U owners are a little upset with the fact that there hasn't been a lot of, I guess, a swift lineup of heavy hitter games. There's been, a few complaints here and there. Granted, I know there's some games for the title that people do like Zombie U and such like that. But with gamers, you have to supply and demand and that kind of thing, and it's important. And yeah, so anyways, I don't actually have a Wii U currently. I'm going to probably get one later on, and that's kind of why I related more to their Direct the other day than anything, because I was waiting for more things announced, because currently for me, the only thing I want is Pikmin 3. But anyways, and maybe that Lego game. Any case, so I thought that what they announced yesterday was fantastic, and I was very impressed with how they basically just came out and said, we apologize for all this lack of games and such, and we're trying to make quality things, and we're going to try to focus more on putting out more titles, which is kind of like really great to hear, considering just like how the Wii kind of went. I think that's what they need to do. So it's honestly finally like, it's great, it's like Nintendo kind of getting their shit back together, so that's good to hear. Not saying that they fell from grace or anything, I'm just saying, they were kind of meh for a while. So that's good to hear. I'm very happy about that. But what I'm really happy to hear is just the new games in general and the new features they announced for their Wii U console. I thought that it was very cool that they're trying to listen to fan feedback and give updates, like making things faster and just all that kind of thing. I thought that was cool how they want to focus more on making game communities, which I think is really, really cool. I actually love that idea a lot, because knowing me, I'll probably talk a lot on the Kirby ones or something whenever they pop out a Kirby Wii U title. And such like that. That's really cool. And I also loved how they talked about this camera feature they added for Pikmin 3. I thought that was actually really cool, because I love stuff like that. I love taking pictures in games. I think that's something about it's really, really fulfilling to me. And so I'm pretty happy about that, honestly. I'm going to geek out and take little Pikmin pictures whenever the time comes when I play it. But wow, man, what a start. So let's see here. You got Mario, a new Mario game coming at E3. Okay, from the guys that made the Galaxy series and the one that came out on 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land. Okay. You have a new Mario Kart. To be completely honest, no surprise there, right? No surprise. I would really like to see another Double Dash. Don't hate. Then you have, what is it? You have Smash Brothers information, probably footage coming at E3. That's like the Omega right there. I was like, oh. I mean, it's one of those things that you go, they have to show it E3, they have to show it E3, and like to hear that, oh yeah, we're bringing that, it's like, oh. So that's going to be really cool to finally see that. That's what I'm pretty much most hyped about, to be honest. But then you have, the Zelda team talking about how they're working on a new Zelda and how they want to break traditions and how they don't want this linear dungeon path and all these linear things. I think that's brilliant. I'll be the first to say, I don't hate Zelda at all. I respect it. I'm not the biggest Zelda guy of all time. I like the handheld ones more. Of course, though, I do love Ocarina and all that. Ocarina to me is like amazing. But I really wasn't like the biggest Zelda guy growing up. And to me, hearing that is intriguing, because I would like a reason to say, okay, maybe I'll try Zelda out again. And to hear that is pretty cool. So if it all falls together, personally, I think that will be really nice for someone like myself who's kind of not really feeling the Zelda thing anymore. So that's good, and I'm glad to hear it. They have to. You have to evolve. You have to you have to change your series in some form, even if it's something slight or whatever. There's always going to be fanboys and fans and whatever, bitching about the changes and stuff, but you got to do it. Otherwise, it's just the same stagnant thing year after year. So yeah, I'm also really, 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 really happy to hear that they're doing a Wind Waker HD. Wind Waker was one of the games on the GameCube that eluded me. I always wanted to actually try that Zelda. That one, to me, looked very appealing with its cel shade look and how they made him a kid again and all this stuff. I just thought that was really, really interesting looking, but I never had the chance to get it. I don't really know why I didn't get it or what's the story behind that, but I didn't get behind it. And I was recently thinking about doing some more backlogging stuff, and I was looking at that game for a while, and it's funny to just see, like, the prices were pretty crazy. And to see that, I went, holy crap, like, it's awesome. It's like they were listening or something. So I'm really happy about Wind Waker HD. Some people will again complain about how it's too bright or it capture the cel shadiness, and it's too early. It's too early, and quite frankly, if that's the way you feel, then don't even bother getting it. People like me who've never played it may as well pick it up because it's just going to be there and it's going to be more convenient. And I'm really excited. I really want to see what they're how it's gonna look and everything. I'm pumped. I think that is one of the more underrated gems that they have, and it's definitely one of those games that people always say you have to try. So yeah, definitely, I'm definitely gonna check that out for sure. But then it got like really interesting, huh? They were talking about how Atlas is bringing over Shin Megami Tensei crossover with Fire Emblem. And how they're talking about how production time and costs, I guess, are getting bigger, so they were just thinking about doing more crossovers. Now, I really hope this actually falls into place and leads to the inevitable Star Fox and Metroid crossover that's on and off again rumor. I hope they announced that at E3. Just saying. Anyways, back on track here. That's really, really, really interesting because I've been thinking about trying out I guess even a Persona game, Shin Megami Tensei Persona game, or even a Fire Emblem game as of recently, because the new Fire Emblem for the 3DS looks awesome. So this is kind of interesting again to me because I wanted to try both of those. So that's really cool. Like, how is that even gonna work? Like, and it's coming for the Wii U. That's pretty amazing. Either way, it should be very, very interesting. I wouldn't jump the gun yet and say it's gonna be, this is gonna suck. And I mean it's so interesting that it probably could work. So that's cool. I'm all for crossovers. I love crossovers. I am a sucker for crossovers. Who isn't? Come on. It's just it's even when you see it in fighting games. Like, how could you not want to just take a gander at that or play it or whatever? So I think that's really cool. For me, probably one of the most exciting announcements, of course, was the announcement of the Kirby Epic Yarn team working on a new Yoshi's Island, which was apparently leaked like a month or so ago, quote unquote, or whatever. So I think that's amazing. It's about damn time that they made a new Yoshi game. In all seriousness, like they did the one I know for the DS with the babies and stuff again. But I mean, I want another traditional Yoshi game, and I think that this is awesome. A lot of people are concerned because it is as gorgeous as it looks literally like a Epic Yarn, like Kirby's Epic Yarn game, the game. What am I saying? And people are concerned that it's going to be Yoshi's Epic Yarn. I have a theory that it could be a world. If it's not, to be completely honest, I'm okay with it, and I'm saying this not just as a Kirby fan, but saying this because it's a gorgeous style. I think that the yarn thing is great. If anything, it might have worked better with Yoshi, to tell you the truth. I think it's awesome. I'm all for it, and the little fragments of gameplay they showed, oh god, I think it's gonna be sick. So I'm all for that. I love it. And then they showed Monolith Soft, who are the guys behind the highly acclaimed Xenoblade Chronicles. I almost said Xenosaga. Whoops. The game that came out for the Wii due to Operation Rainfall and all the fan demand and sold good, got the critical acclaim, yada yada. They're saying it's one of the best JRPGs this generation. Okay, anyways, Nintendo nabbed them to make another Wii U, well, to make a Wii U game basically, and it's only titled X, but it looks like an open world RPG with a guy using a badass looking sword, and then he uses guns also, and you're shooting gigantic monsters, and then the big payoff at the end, after this majestic world and music plays, he gets into a giant mech, and then you start going after bigger monsters. Wow, let me tell you, that game's, I have a feeling that game is going to be phenomenal. It just looks amazing, and I think Nintendo was extremely smart on nabbing them to do another game. I think that they know now that this is the team for these JRPG kind of experiences. So I think that it was very impressive. I think also, before I end this, the whole concept of adding Virtual Console to the Wii U, I'm shocked that wasn't there to begin with. Unless it was, you tell me. I might be wrong. I don't have the system. The whole thing with bringing over games for $1.50, whatever. While I'm not happy about spending the money, I'm not mad about it because they take your games from the Wii and they optimize them into HD, which they didn't really fully explain. They only said that the gamepad will be able to play them, but they're optimizing them too. So to me, that's not the worst. I don't have a lot of, like, a ton of VC, I always say VC instead of Virtual Console. I don't have a ton of VC games on my Wii, so it doesn't really affect me, but the guys that have a lot of them, I mean, that's all in your hands, whether or not it's a bad decision with the money and stuff. I don't think it's that bad of a decision, to tell you the truth. I mean, listen, they're Nintendo, they are known for doing stuff like this, and, you know, like any other game company, they want money, so, you know. I think that's cool, though, that you'll be able to play this on your gamepad. I think that's really, for me, that's enticing. But wait a second. Let's talk about, for me, one of the bigger announcements on this thing. Game Boy Advance coming to the Virtual Console. I love Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance is my favorite handheld of all time. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love GBA. I have a ton of GBA games. I love that freaking, I just love it. And just even with its imperfections where you have to plug the little battery lights in, I love that console, the little handheld console, whatever we're calling it. Loved it. The fact that, I don't know, is it coming to Wii U? I mean, that's a good and bad thing, because look, you know what? It needs to show up on a 3DS. I think that's kind of ridiculous that it's not on the 3DS, because when if you had a 3DS early on, this was before they had a price drop last year or so, you got a special package of GBA games, all good ones practically. So I don't understand why there's no GBA in the 3DS, unless they're going to announce that also. Maybe it'll be one of the first things that. No, it's not the first time they've done that, because they also have NES games and stuff. So maybe they'll do it on both consoles. Who knows? Anyways, it's for the Wii U, though. So that's interesting, too, because you'll be like, hey, look, I'm playing Game Boy games on my TV, and I'm playing them on here. That's cool, and I'm all for that. I'm probably going to be suckered into buying some games on that thing. So I'm okay with that. And then I know about the trial campaign, where they're trying to get you to play games for 30 cents for 10 days. Whatever. For their anniversary. Whatever. It's up to you if you think that's cool. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I probably am. There was a lot that was said. In any case, I found that to be a very good Nintendo Direct. I am very curious to see what they're going to announce at E3. Better yet, what they're even going to announce for the 3DS coming up in the next Direct. I'm hoping for Dragon Quest Monsters, Terry's Wonderland, and Bravely Default, please. You know, because on top of the whole Project X Zone thing, which I think is awesome. Just saying. Yeah, so, yeah, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of the Nintendo Direct. Tell me what you hope they announce. Whatever you want. You know, E3, talk about all that good stuff. Anyways, take it easy, guys. Peace!